Hey YouTube and Facebook. Today is Wednesday, and so that means I'm going to show you guys what I got. Now, before I do, some of you asked me what's wrong with my Cyborg Strike 7. And what's wrong with it is the keyboard will not update its firmware. And when you have a keyboard like that won't update its firmware and makes the little LCD screen useless, there's kind of no point in keeping the damn thing around, seeing as the 12 macro keys on the little screen don't work, which they never really were very good anyway. So what we're doing now is we're replacing it, and the keys, I've already tested them. The keys on the Strike 7 feel just as good as what I'm about to show you. However, you can't hear the Strike 7, you can hear what I'm about to show you. Don't get into the whole mechanical versus membrane, because I've had both and I have gamed just as good as I have been on a membrane as I have on mechanical. I don't know how, I just have. I've been gaming since the original Quake. I've been playing MMOs since 1997 in September, in Ultima Online until now. I know what I'm talking about here. I have not noticed any difference in all my years of gaming between the two. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you guys what I got. This is the K95 RGB keyboard. These are MX Cherry Browns. I had a choice between ordering the Cherry Reds or the Browns. Since I do not play first-person shooters, I didn't want the Reds. Now you can hear it. Now this comes with the Corsair Gaming new logo, which everybody calls the tramp stamp, which I can give a shit about. I don't care. It's a frickin' written on thing. I don't give a shit. As long as the keyboard works, does what I want, I'm fine with it, and lasts me a long time. I don't like replacing my peripherals, or gaming peripherals. I don't like doing it. I hate it, actually. It bugs me, because then I have to remove everything off of my computer with that old thing and put the new one on. Luckily, the Strike 7 did not ever update its firmware since I got my new rig, so it's not even on there, so I'm not going to worry about that part. So, as you can see, this keyboard's pretty big. Now, I have not done measurements. And I'm actually going to show you the difference here. What is wrong with my cable? Oh, it's kind of twisted. So, I'm going to show you the difference between the real estate that Strike 7 takes and the real estate space that takes. So, without further ado, let me back this up some. Whoa, I just grabbed my stuff off. I need to really clean my desk. So here we go. Real estate on the desk. Now this is some of you like the idea of having a big desk. And I don't blame you, because I actually love the idea of having a big desk, which is awesome. Wow, that is actually better. Now the desk is a tempered glass L-shaped desk. It means it goes over here and then back. And I have my rig. Don't ever leave your rig on the floor. I've never had mine on the floor, so I'm not that prone to dust. I still get dust in here, but the fact is it's not that as bad when it's on my desk. So I have my keyboard, my mouse, my shitty mouse pad that I need a new one of, and then my rig that this is sitting on, that my webcam's sitting on top of. And then I have, next to that, I have my Cytec X52 flight control system that are on top of my mini fridge, and then next to that I have my freaking cable modem router combo piece of shit thing that I hate anyway. So, real estate space. As you can see, the real estate space on the Strike 7, I'm going to line it up with the line here of each section. There's 3 sections on this desk, because I said it's an L-shaped desk. So I'm lining it up here, and this desk was really expensive, but it doesn't line up very well, so I'm actually going to have to take it apart someday. Anyway, so I have it lined up with the line here, and I'm going to line this up with them. Now, before I do that, I want to show you guys it comes with 2 cables. One cable is for, where is it? Well, come on, damn it. One cable is you're going to see 2 differences on the cable. One of them has a box on it, and one of them doesn't. This is actually a keyboard-looking thing, keyboard plug, and this is the other plug. If you're using Windows 2.0, you have to have both of these plugged in. If you don't, the only one you need to if you have Windows, oh my god, USB 2.0, you have to have both of these plugged in. USB 3.0, you have to have that one plugged in, and that's it. Because USB 3.0 allows more power to go through the system and power stuff on. So, as far as the unboxing is concerned, that's the box, the yellow part, the yellow one, and the brown one is what the keyboard came in that was inside that box. The Amazon box that I was opening it from is in the garage, so I didn't get to open it to show you guys, but you guys didn't want to see that anyway. So here's the real estate space this takes up. Now, it is exactly lined up, well, almost. Son of a bitch. Up. Move up. Alright, it's on the desk fully, and it is lined up exactly with that line there. Just like the Strike 7 is. Okay, I'm going to try to show you this. It is exactly the amount of space here as it is here with these little macro buttons. I'm not losing any space at all by using this thing. And I got 18 keys here. I mean, I'm using a little bit of space that are on the shorter part of these, but and I'm not. I mean, and I can keep going. You're looking at 1/4 of an inch or so. I mean, not even nothing on this desk I have. So if you have a nice desk like I do, you don't need to worry about space. And this thing is going to sit on this square or rectangle with my stupid piece of shit mouse pad. It's going to fit on this one space. It's not going to go over to the middle over here. It's not going to go over to the middle here. It's going to sit on this, and that is nice. But I'm not going to lose any freaking desk space whatsoever. None. Now, build quality, I like the metal. All this that I have my finger on is metal. You can see here that there's a line here. I can see it on the video. That's plastic. That's metal. And the plastic doesn't go all the way down through the G keys. The bottom plate that my finger is pointing on here, right below the keys, that's metal. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's not. I don't know, actually. I freaking don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's all plastic. I don't care. That's the only con I can see. The other con is a let me get this down here again. The other con here is going to be if this keyboard does what I want. Now, what I want the keyboard to do is I want to be able to use all of my abilities in Final Fantasy XIV on these G keys. That's it. That's all I want. Now, if it works and the software isn't too... either way, I'm going to get through the software anyway. If it works totally, then this keyboard's freaking great. Will it last me 6-10 years? I hope. I do hope, because keyboards with 18 G keys like that set up are kind of hard to find. I mean, I don't want my keys, I don't want more macro keys above my F keys. I don't want no macros down below my space bar. I don't want any macros on my right-hand side of the screen. I don't want a screen to take away my numpad. I use that when I'm doing calculations and stuff for my, what do you call it? For my money transactions in Final Fantasy, I use that numpad for everything. Set prices and everything else. That's how I do it. So, I'm going to keep you guys updated. I'm going to install the software in a minute, and I'm not going to go through, you know, all that jazz of going through the software. If you're going to get this keyboard, you need to understand that, from what I understand, there is a bug right now in the software where multiple, like control one, stuff like that may or may not work. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I will leave that up, you know, up to you guys to find out if you want. This keyboard also has a. This is really nice. See if I can get it around here to show you. This is metal. Sorry, this is metal. This is a scroll up and down volume, which is cool. I'll probably never use. Mute, stop, rewind, play or stop. Or sorry, play or pause, stop, rewind, and fast forward. This is the Windows lock key, which I always have activated anyway. And this is the brightness. There's going to be like 3 or 4 levels. Off is 1, small, medium, and large stuff. So, and then these are the M buttons. You can on the fly macro with this, and these are M1, M2, and M3 for different profiles. You can that use these G keys. These are all mechanical. Remember, MX Cherry Browns. So I guess I've covered everything with the keyboard. I mean, I didn't do measurements to show you the real estate space you're going to need, but you can tell just by looking. It's not going to be too bad. It's not. It shouldn't be too bad. And with this, I'm thinking about getting a Corsair Gaming extended, large, long fucking mouse mat, because this piece of crap sucks balls. And I'm going to show you this right now. This is the Cyborg Sniper Tracer. This thing broke. It was a up and down, shows you, you know, it lights this up. And it really wasn't what I expected. I really wanted it to be really bright and light, and it wasn't. This thing, this lit up, this tracer part lit up, and it just wasn't as bright as I wanted. But the problem is, and let me show you with the light here. Do you see all that on there? This little star has always been there since the beginning, and that's where generally where the LEDs are, or lights, or whatever you want to call them, do. And it's made out of acrylic glass. It probably means plastic. I didn't look at that. And the problem is the feet here too. Now the feet are pretty substantially good. They're actually really good on there. They're rubber, but there's not enough of them. If they made this whole thing into one rubber part, it would be great. And it's not. And in all actuality, the thing just didn't hold up. It didn't hold its weight. It wasn't worth, you know, $20. And this, as you can see, you can tell which side I use and where I use compared to where the light is, where my mouse is. Over here, it's pretty much clean over here. But over here, you can see that after the first week of me using it, I've actually, now mind you, I haven't cleaned this in 2 days, but you can notice a big difference of what it's supposed to look like in the light. What the hell is, there it is. In the light here, right? It's all smooth and looking compared to here. This is not dirt. Some of this is dirt, but just the texture of it, there is a total difference. This happened after a week. So if you're thinking about getting one of these, don't. Honestly, don't. It's not worth it. I mean, that's where I use my mouse, and it's just not worth it. It really isn't. It's not worth it. And then that side, I mean, you could easily see the side that, you know, where it's supposed to be. Hell, I can even use that thing. See, there it is. That's the side I use them from my mouse, and that's the side I never used, and that happened after a week. And there was some tracking issues on this thing. On the other mouse that I had, I think it was piece of shit Razer mouse. I forget what it was called, but it died after like 4 months anyway. But that's not the point. So get a good mouse pad, people. I know that there's Razer ones. I don't want a Razer mat. I don't like Razer products. I bought the Megalodon day one, and that was always a headache until I finally got fed up and it stopped working. I had a new Razer Diamondback 3G that I got new in the box for $40 or so, and MSRP on it was like $70, but I got it off of Amazon new, from Amazon, not from a private seller. Closed box sealed, like 40, 45 bucks. And it died after 3 months. The tracking stopped. And that was before this mouse pad. And then I got this mouse pad, and I was using a Razer G9X on it and a couple of other things. And then I got the MMO7, which works great. So, all actuality, don't get that mouse pad. I don't recommend it. Not over something that will cover everything, and even your keyboard now. And that's what I want. There are a couple on Amazon I'm looking at, and hopefully it's either the Corsair gaming one or this other cool red one that I saw. So if you have any questions or anything or comments, I'll do another video after everything is set up and all my macros I know work. Because if the macros don't work and the G510S works, it may not be RGB, but I don't care. I need the macros to work. I need to be able to say, all right, G1, I'm doing a button, and then it goes around, and then, oh, press G1 again, and it's doing a second ability, and then global cooldown goes down. Oh, G1 again, and that'll do a third ability, and then it'll do that, and then, oh, because I need each G key, the 6 down at the bottom, to be able to do 4 abilities. And that's because I'm a ninja. Because ninjas, you have to memorize these things called mudras, and there's 3 combinations, and this one, and this one does a mudra. This one, and this one does a different mudra, and then these 2 and that one does a different mudra. There's like 6 different ones, and you have to do it and time it correctly in order for it to go off. So if I can use a G key and not memorize all these combinations, but just memorize the key I'm pressing to do one, okay, and then another, okay, and then another, okay, and then another, it will save me a ton of DPS downtime. So that's why I got the keyboard. So I'll let you know how it goes. Questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I will put my YouTube channel in there. Remember, I stream only on Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night. And usually Friday night I'm not in a good mood because I've got to go to work again Saturday morning. So, or sorry, not Saturday morning, but Saturday at nighttime because I work knock shift. So, remember to watch that. My name is Bethura, Lihzeh, Lizzie, whatever. Final Fantasy 14 is what I play. Be sure to, if you play that, come in the game, play with us. Me and my wife. Add me. We're in the free company, which is a guild, another word for it. Absolute Virtue. And we'll keep you updated. Alright? Thanks, guys. And you have a wonderful day, and I'm sure I will when I'm sleeping.